So now what are, how many records we can able to find in the output while executing this using
Only
minus
One record.
operator? Only one record. So it shows only
109.
109 over here. So whatever remaining we are having in your first select statement, that will be your result over here. Okay. So when we are using this minus operator, combines the results of two select statements over here and returns only those in the final result, which belongs to the first set of the result over here, first set of the select statement here. So now you can understand how we are using this union all, and intersect and the minus operator here, right? So any doubts in this? It is clear, right, when using this? So now we'll go to the using the update. We'll use the update using the DML operation over here. So where we are, we didn't create the two tables like it's a student table. So we create the two tables first. With the two tables, we will add one column. We are going to add one column over there, and then we are going to observe whether we can able to use this operator or not. Okay. So first we'll create the student table over here. Now we'll create student table. So here, so where we are having one student table, another student table. So two students table we are having. Okay. So we didn't use one set of employee table itself. You can want, if you want also, we can just execute. Okay. Where I'm creating one student table. Student 15 and student 215 over here creating. So first I'm adding some records in my first student table. Okay. Second one is not. This is my second student table. So in this having, it's having 5 records, and in this table, I just copy this table. It is having 4 records over here, and this is my table 2. It is having 5 records over here. Okay. So now I want to add. Now I'm adding one column over here. So how to add a column into my student first table? How to add one column here? You can also add one column like a job column over here.
Alter table.
Alter table.
Add.
Alter table
Job.
add.
Job.
Add job.
Varchar 2.
Varchar 2. So it is an alter table, alter table name. What is the table name? We are going to give it like XX underscore SD 15. This is my table name. So add job column here. Okay. You added the job column. In this particular table, you can able to find one column has been added like a job over here. Okay. I want to update job now. I added one column. I want to update the job column over here. How to use the TML operation here? So where you can mention like A, B, C, D or sales, anything you can mention here now.
Update table, table name.
Update table, table name. Update table, table name. Okay.
Say,
It is update table name. Update
no, table.
table.
Column. Job. Yeah.
Table set column. What is the column over here? It is job over here, right? So set job
Job.
is equals to, suppose we are mentioning like it is sales over here. So what happens? I didn't give any condition. I'm not giving any condition directly. Update table
Equal.
set job is equals to sales
All
over
the five
here.
records. All the
All
four
the
records.
records, all the 4 records has been updated now. Okay. So now you can able to see in the particular table, in first table, student table, you added one column like a job over here. In my second table, I don't have that particular column here. So how to use this union operator or any operator here? Can we use this operator here? So according to our concept, it should contain the same column. Data type also should match here. So in this case, can we use this union all over here? So whether it will,
No, it won't show.
so where you are selecting, select star from, you are just mentioning the table name over here. Okay, xx underscore sd 15 over here. Again, you are using this union. So first we'll use it with the union all over here. Okay, union all. Again, you are using another select statement over here. So select star from xx underscore sd 215 over here. In this case, what happens here? It is throwing an error like query block has incorrect number of result columns here. Okay, that means one column extra we are having in our first table. So how we are overcoming this? So where we are mentioning the column names. First, what our columns we are having in our first table? What are the columns we are having? It is the serial number, it is the student name, next it is the job over here, right? So where you are going to mention the same thing. So select the column names from xx underscore sd 15 over here. Again, you are going to use the operator union all. So here you are going to again use the columns. So in my second table, what are the columns I'm having? I'm having like it is the serial number and the student name over here. So from xx underscore sd 215 here. So will it work now? When I'm selecting select star from, what happens? It is going to mention all the columns. Again, I'm going to select individually the columns. So what happens here? Again, it will throw an error, right? It will throw an error or not?
Yeah, it won't.
It will throw an error. Definitely to throw an error because we don't have that same columns over here. So how we are overcoming is that. So in your second table, you don't have for the particular column, you don't have that column in your second table. So in that case, we are using this null over here. So null, the column name. So where you're using null and the column name over here. So control enter. So now what happens in this case here, even if you don't have that particular column in your second table, when you're using this null operator over here, what happens here? Null along with the column name. So you can able to find all the records over here. So where we're using that operator like union all. So according to the union or operator, it is going to give you all the sets of records over here. Whatever you're having in your first select statement and whatever you're having in your second select statement over there, right? So according to that, it is showing you this set of outputs here. Same way, if you're going to use it with a union operator, now what happens here? So this is the, in this particular output, it is showing all the records over here. So now I'm going to change it to the union operator. So what will be the output for me when I'm using it under union operator?
Only duplicates will be shown.
Only the duplicates will be removed or it will show only the duplicates over here. How it will consider? Intersect means it is having two common columns between them. It is going to give you that output over here. Minus means after eliminating the common values, whatever in our first select
What are there in the
statements we are
first
having,
table?
it will show that output. When we are using this union, exactly when it's using this
Zero
union, it is
records.
eliminating the
Zero
duplicate
records.
record. Zero records. How zero records will come now?
There is no null in the table 1.
And how, why no null? For the job only, we are taking it as null job over here, right? So previously, what happens with the same table? We are having same columns over there. We use this union operator. We are getting the output. But how? But why we are mentioning like we should get null over here? We will not get null over there. So what will be the output here?
Yeah.
How it is considering the output now?
It is joining both the
Hmm.
tables.
So just you observe, I just using with the union or. You can just observe here. So using with
Yes.
union or, you can able to see how it is considering same that 9 record. It is showing the 9 records over here, right? So you can able to see the names. If you want also, you can able to, I'll just share this one. So what happens here in this case? This is your student 1 table and this is your student 2 table. In your student 1 and student 2, how many records we are having here altogether? It is 9 records over here. When we're using it under union all, it is showing all the duplicates as well as the null over there, right? So when coming into the union operator, as I told, it will eliminate the duplicates. But in this case, why it is not eliminating? It is showing us same the record like 100 Morgan, 101 Ravi, again 102 it is Ajay and 103 it is Rani. Why it is showing the same set of records here again?
Yes, there it is
Because
null
of null
value.
value.
Because
This set of values, the combination differs here, right? So it is 100 Morgan and null. So this entire row differs, right? So obviously what happens when you're using it under this union operator, in that itself, in the table, totally we are having 9 records. So previously without updating, if you're not updating, we are not adding one column like a job over here, or if you're not going to update this sales over here. So obviously, as you told, it will show you how many records over here. If you're not updating. So in this example, you can able to see, in this example, while creating the table, we added only 2 columns, okay. So you can just observe here. So it is 100, 101, 105, 103 over here. It will show, actually it will show only 104. Only this record it will show, right? It will show, or including that 100, 102, 103, 10, this, it will show this 104 and 5 also. How it will consider? Normally I'm asking. So without updating, before updating, this was the table structure, right? According to this, you just tell me the output here. So don't add this when anything. Just observe here and just tell me the output.
yeah, 100, 101,
102,
100, 101,
102,
102,
103,
103,
103, 104.
104,
104.
104.
What about
If
105?
105 also it was.
105 it will show, right? It is not
Yes, yes.
intersect. It is the
Yes, yes.
union. So it will
Yeah.
show the output as 100, 101, 102, 103, 104 and 105.
Yeah.
Right? This will be the output. But actually what I did, I updated the table. After that, I added one column. I updated that column. So now what happens now? How it is considering this? So the combination here differs now. So it is not 100 Morgan sales. So it is different. This row is different entirely and this row is different over there. So it is considering the same thing and it is going to show you the output like 100 Morgan sales, again 100 Morgan null for 101 Ravi sales and 101 Ravi null over here. Again, 102 Ajay sales. So what happens here? For the second table, you don't have anything. Right? In the first table only, you are having 102 Ajay. It shows only one entry over here. Second table, you don't have. So coming into the third one, 103 Rani, you are having there. So there it is sales. But in your second table, we don't have anything. So obviously shows as null here. So coming into the 104. So 104 in our second table you are having. So 104 we know. So in this we don't have any, we didn't update the column. So wherever we didn't update the column, obviously you can able to see like null. Right? Any doubts in this example? Anybody having any doubts here? It is understandable, right? So in this first we just added the columns, we created the table. After that we added one column over here. We altered the table, we added one column. Okay. So now with the same example. So now you don't consider this one. So consider with the same thing where I'm going to use it with intersect. So what happens here when I'm using it with the intersect here? So this is my first table. In the first table, I'm having 101 Mohan sales over here. I'm having 4 records here. Again, in my second table, I'm having like it is 100 Mohan, 101 Ravi, and 105 John over here, 103 Rani, and 104 Vinod. So what are the two common columns between the two tables here now?
Mohan.
Mohan. Mohan next. So if you want, I just show this. This output we are having, right? This output we are having. We just added one column over here. So you can see in this also you can able to tell. So first table you're having 100 Mohan, 101 Ravi, 102 Ajay. The column you're adding like it is sales over here. Again 103 Rani sales here. Okay. So coming into the second table. So instead of sale, you're adding one more column like null over there. Okay. So 100 Mohan null, 101 Ravi null over here, 105 John null, 103 Rani null, 104 Vinod null. So when you're using this intersect, whether it is having the common rows between
Three.
them,
Three zeros.
three rows. What are the 3 rows over here?
0,
100, 100, 101, 103.
100, 101.
No.
103.
103 also.
How many rows you will get the output?
0.
0. Why
Yes.
0? Because no rows is
There is no
common
common
between.
column.
Yeah, no rows is common between them.
Yes.
Right. So if you want also use this union all. So after updating, after adding one particular column, what happens here? It shows like entire set of records, 9 records here. So under this 9 records, whether each row is matching, it is not matching, right? When you're using this intersect, it is not giving us any output here, right? It's clear, right? Intersect means
Yeah.
having common values only. No row
Yes.
having the same combination over here. Even you're having the first row like it is a serial number, next is the student name over here. So
Job department differs.
in case I'm just using it like a serial number and student name, same way here I'm taking it like a serial number and a student name over here. In this case, how it will consider? It will consider or not? You'll be having an idea also. So why we cannot take it the 2 columns only?
Mohan Ravi.
We can take 2 columns here.
Yes.
So what happens in this case here? When you are taking according to the requirement only, there are number of columns, but you're taking only 2 columns over here and you're executing. If I want them all the columns, in my first table, I don't have that particular column, but in my second table, I have. So where we're using in my first table, null over here, right? So now we used union or. So coming into the intersect, same thing, I will use it with the intersect. So where I'm using multiple, same example only, where we are executing multiple ways. So obviously what happens here? When I'm using
Only
intersect,
common records. Only
common
common
records.
records.
So as you told, you want to take only some particular columns over here. You can take, but if you want all the columns from that particular table, then in that case only you're using this null. So when you're using this null, obviously what happens? It is not having the common column between them. So obviously it is showing us no records over here. No rows has been written. So when you're using only some specific columns, where you're using it under the set operators like intersect, union. So intersect means having common columns. So as you told, we're having 100, 101 and 103 over here, right? So same thing, we'll use it with a operator like minus over here. So where we are adding for the job, we are adding like it is a null over here. So null job. So what will be the output here now for us? Just one thing, we just added one column, like a job column in both. First table we added, second table, here it is the null over there. First table, it shows as sales over here. So now we are using this minus. So now what happens here? What will be the output for us?
It will display all the records.
It will display all the records. It will display all the records, whereas from your first set of first table set, how it will consider?
Same 100 Mohan, 101 Ravi, 102 Ajay,
Hmm.
103 Rani.
One
And
or
from this second table, in the job department, it shows null.
in the job department, in the job it shows null. Okay.
Yes.
So as you told, you're telling like it's a 9 records over here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the
Only
concept of
display
this
first set.
minus?
Only display first set.
Yes. What is the concept of this minus operator? After
Okay.
eliminating the duplicates, whatever we are having in our first set, that only it will show us the output over here, right? Even though we are having first set, we are having 4 records over here. So if you want, you just see here. Here in this table, what happens here? We are adding one column. So sales column, you added. So here we are having 4 records over here. So coming into the second table, you don't have any column like a job column over here. So obviously what happens? It is not matching. It is not matching between the two tables, right? So the first table is different and second table is different over here. So when we're using it under minus, obviously what happens here? It shows us only the first set of output over here. So it shows us only the 4 records here. So right, any doubts in this when you're using this minus operator? Even if you don't have any matching records also, what happens in that case? It shows you the first set of records only. Whatever in your first particular select statement you are having. Suppose the 10 records over there, it shows 10 records. Right? Any doubts in this using this minus operator here? It is clear, right? Using minus. Between the two select statements, in your first table, don't have any matching records also. It will show you those records only. The first set of records, whatever we are having in your first select statement over here. When you are using this minus operator, right? So same way, we are having 2 tables. So one is our EMP table, another one is our department table. Okay, so now I want to combine the 2 table records over here. So where we can use it like a union also we can use it like a. So where we're using this union all and I'm writing one condition over here. Like a department number is equals to 10 I'm giving for the EMP table and the for my department department table for the select statement, second select statement, I'm writing the condition like department number is equals to 20 here. So now what happens in this case? So first select statement, this is my department table over here, okay? So where I'm writing the condition like where department number is equals to 20, okay? So my second statement is there, select staff from EMP table where department number is equals to 10. So when I'm using this union operator, what will be the union all operator? What will be the output for me?
It will throw an error, ma'am.
It will throw an
Error.
error. Obviously, it is going to throw me an error over here. So why it is throwing an error over here? So the columns we don't have in our EMP table, in our department table, we don't have such columns we are having in our EMP table over there, right? So to overcome this, we are using the columns over here. Suppose you are using the column like for EMP table, whatever this EMP table is having, you are going to mention the columns over here. So how we can use this? First, you can use it for the department table column name, or first we should use the EMP table column name here. You'll be having one doubt, right? So first you are having the first select statement is a department table over here. So where you are using, what are the columns we are having in our department table? No idea about the columns? Nowhere, no confusion, right? So it is the department number, D name and D location. These are the columns we are having in our department table over here. Okay. So where you have mentioned first one, it is the department number here. Next, it is the D name. Next, it is the D location over here from your department table. Okay. These are the columns we are having in our department table. So we don't have the table columns in our EMP table also. So where I'm mentioning like a null e name. So where I'm mentioning like a null Can we mention all the column names or we can mention only some column names over here? So you'll be having an idea, right? No idea? So in this, I'm taking only some columns over here. Okay, so first I taken like null ename, null, where I'm taking like null job over here. So again, I'm taking as a null department number. So is it possible for me to use this some columns over here? Can I use these columns here?
Yes, ma'am.
No confusion, right? So first I'm selecting my department table column. Whatever under my department table, I'm having those columns I'm selecting here. Like a department number, D name, location over here. So null E name, null job, and null department number from department table where department number is equals to 20 here. Again, in my EMP table, I'm taking the column name like it's the E name and it is a job I'm taking. Next, I'm taking a department number over here. Again, I'm taking the department number. So where I'm using it like null department number. So why I'm showing this example just to observe because in the two tables we are having a department number as the common column over here. So you can just observe here. Next it is a null D name. Okay. So again it is the null D location. So what happens in this case now? From EMB table where department number is equals to 10. So obviously how it will give us the output here. So first select start statement, it shows as the condition like department number 20. Second statement, it shows as the department number 10 over here. So will it consider this and it will give us the output here, or how it will consider this?
No, it won't show. The order should also be same.
The order should also be same over here. Okay. Okay. So it shows as the expression must have some data type as corresponding expression over here. So what is the error over here? If it is having the same condition, for example, I'm mentioning department number 10, again in my EMP table, department number 10, it will work here. Again, it is throwing an error like expression must have same data type as corresponding expression. So what do we understood in this error here? So using this union all operator, in my first table, first select clause, according to the first select clause, I'm using the department table. Department number I mentioned, D name mentioned, location I mentioned, null E name, null job, null department number here again. So according to this, I'm taking, according to my EMP table, I'm taken, I don't have columns over there. For that columns I given here. So whether it is necessary for me to mention this department number over here, instead of using this null department number, can we take this and can we execute now? You don't want to mention this null department number. Can we execute in this case now? So again, what happens here?
Some data type is missing.
Data type, it is throwing the data type as the error over here.
Yeah.
So without using the condition. So we just try without using the condition over here. Okay. So where I'm not mentioning any condition over here, I'm just mentioning like select department number, D name.
Columns are not same.
Null E name,
Okay.
null job from department table, union all, select E name, job, department number, null D name, null location, and from the EMP table. Order means whether I have used this department number. For this, I should use the department number over here. According to this column, I should use here, right? So can I use
Yes,
it here? Null D name, it will work here. Again, it is a null. D location, will it work in this case?
no.
It will not work.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
will work or not?
In the department table, first column is department number 1.
Department number. So we need to add
Yes.
one column. For this, we are adding department number. So why we have mentioned department number? So here you are having a department number column in your table. Obviously, you are having the department number over here in your EMP table. Okay. So can I mention directly department number over here instead of using null?
Yes, ma'am.
We can use, right? So
Yeah.
instead of using null, can we use directly the department number over here? Again, what happens here? You should see what I am entering the select statement. Where is the mistake over here? So now what happens here? So in our two table, so you would have observed what are the errors, how the errors has been coming here. So when we are writing a proper select statement only, it will accept this. This set operators will accepting over here. So first thing, in your department table, you are having only 3 columns, okay, like a department number, D name, and location. But you don't have some columns in your second table. In your, according to the second select statements, you don't have some columns. For I want to use the set operator, so whereby I'm using instead of those column names, I'm using it like null ename, null job from my department table over here. Okay, so union all, so select. So in this two table, we all know we are having one common column like a department number over here. So where you are mentioning department number directly, because I have that column in my EMP table over there. Okay, so first for the department number, you are mentioning department number. Again, for the D name, I don't have D name in my EMP table. So where I'm mentioning null D name. Again, for the D location. For this D location, I don't have the column in my EMP table. So it is null D location over here. So E name, I'm having job I'm having. So obviously, while executing this, you can able to see the output over here. So how it is considering the output here? First, it is showing from your department table over here, like 10, 20, 30, 40, that entire records you can able to find. So while executing this, you can able to see you are having only 3 columns here, like 10, 20, 30, 40, 4 rows and 3 columns. Okay, that record along with your EMP table. In your EMP table, we are having 15 records over here. So while executing under our union or operator, so what happens in this case here? It is combining 2 select statements over here. How it is combining here? You can able to see first it shows the first 4 records over here. So second, you are selecting from your second select statement. So you don't have that columns, obviously shows as null. So coming into your EMP table. In your EMP table, you are having 15 records over here. So that is the ename and job over here. So that entire set of outputs you can able to see 15 records. Whereas here you are having a department number. So according to this ename, it is showing you those department numbers over here. So whereas you don't know the D name, you don't have that column like a D name. So obviously what happens here? It is giving you the output as null, right? So in this, can I use the condition now? So now we are having a select statement in the proper way, right? So can we use the condition over here where department number is equals to 20 I'm giving. Here I'm extending my select statement like where department number is equals to 20. Now it is possible for us to give us it will give us any output here now.
Yes, ma'am.
So what happens here? When you are entering in a proper the order according to the column names, you are entering the order name only, you will get that particular output over here. So previously you would have observed. So it shows as the expression error over here. Why it shows the expression error over here? First for this employee table, you are entering the records, the column names. After that only you are entering your first select statement column names. Obviously, it is showing us error. So now it is a proper way. Our select statements are in a proper way. So according to that, you can able to get the output. So according to the first select statement, what is our first select statement here? So select the department number, D name, D location from our department table where department number is equal to 20. So according to the 20, you are getting the output like department number, D name and location. So coming into your second one. So what happens? Obviously, second one where in your EMP table, you need 2 record columns like ename and job. Whoever is working under the department number 10. Obviously, when we are using this union or operator, it is combining you 2 set of select statements over here and it is giving you this output here. So in this also, in this 2 table, you're taking like a department number over here. So where you're mentioning department number. So if another doubt is that another doubt is there. So where you're not mentioning your department number anywhere over here. Okay. So this is our another thing. So just you're writing the condition alone, where department number is equals to 20 and where in your department table, department number is equals to 20 and in your EMP table, department number is equals to 10 here. So it will execute now or not? It will give us the output or not now?
No, it won't.
It will not give, right? So what happens here?
Mhm.
Why it is considering the output here? It is not showing you one department number column, but how it is considering the output here? Under this two select
Based on-
statements, yeah, under this particular department table and in this particular department table, we are having a department number. Same way in our EMP table, we are having a department number as a column. So according to that, it is giving you that output here, right? If you don't have any column, suppose you are mentioning like a commission number is equals to 10 over here. So you're mentioning commission number is equals to 10. We don't have that column in your EMP table over there. Okay. So now we're executing. So now what happens here? Obviously, it is throwing an error. Even though we are having the first select statement, this first record you are having in this particular column, you are having in your table, but it is not executing. Right? Any doubts in this? So in your table, if you are having the common column between them, you're not going to enter in your select statement starting like a department number. In that case also, you will get that output here. So why we are getting the output here? So between the two tables, we are having this as the common column over there. Right? Many doubts in this using this from our EMP table. So the order should be same here. So you can also able to see, I have taken only the e-name and job. I am going according to this order over here. So in case, if I'm going to enter job first and I'm going to enter the e-name next, will it work in this case now? Will it execute in this case now?
Yes, ma'am.
How it is considering now? I mentioned job over here and e-name I mentioned here from my EMP table. So in my EMP table, what happens here? According to the e-name. According to the employee table, we are having the employee number, e-name, job, NGR. So in my select statement, I'm just mentioning job over here. So you should observe here. So in your EMP table, you are mentioning job over here as the first column, e-name as the second column. So whereas in your department table, what happens here? You're using this null e-name and null job. So instead of null email, if I'm going to use it like null job and null email in your second column, it will give us the output here. Will it give us the output here? So according to our concept,
Yes,
the order should be same. The column order should be same here, right? So first I'm taking my job column. Next I'm taking my e-name column. So it will consider. You consider or not? The doubt has been cleared, right? So in your table also, you are having, when you're comparing same table records over here. Okay, so this is one example. So where we use like a department table and EMP table. Okay, in case I'm going to add two tables, same table record, I'm going to get two records over here. Like I want the department number 20 also. I want for the department number 10 also from my same table. How we can use the select statements here? Is it possible? So my requirement is, so this is our EMP table, right? This is in our EMP table. We are having department number 10, we are having department number 30, we are having department number 20, we are having, okay. So I want to get two records, two